Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have here. XRP is up 11.9% in the 24-hour. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are approved, and it's IPO season, baby. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.91 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. The market is up 8.5%. Good morning, crypto. Yeah. Told you I love the smell of crypto in the morning. We're going to see $2 trillion market cap for this day's over. Just you watch. 48,800 plus for Bitcoin at this moment. 2,600 plus for Ethereum. Tether market cap is 96.4 billion plus right now. XRP is 62 cents and it's up 11.9% in the 24-hour. And before we get out of here today, you're going to hear a technical analyst talk about the possibility of a 39,000% explosion for XRP. Remember, if you're new to this space, it is possible. Doesn't mean it'll happen. It's certainly plausible conversation because XRP has experienced massive spikes in its history. We will see if it repeats again. Very quickly, the range of price now, 55 cents on the bottom, 62 on the top. We're pushing towards the top side of that range. We'll see if we can keep going. The little engine that could is out for a run today. 634,000 registered users, can't be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you can get incredible private equity before they have some form of a public exit. Remember Coinbase? Coinbase used to be $30+ range on Link2, and then it IPO'd for $400+ a share. That happened, and you could have gotten it on Link2 prior to its IPO. This is an opportunity that's opened up to everyone hearing my voice. All you have to do is sign up and register because you're going to find out that Circle has now filed officially for their IPO and you can still get it on Link2. That happened today. We're going to cover that in just a moment. All 11 spot Bitcoin ETF applications have been approved on an accelerated basis. And let me tell you right now, this is why this is IPO season. We see these ETFs get approved, the spot ETFs get approved, and now we're seeing a chain reaction of events taking place here. The all clear, the full sign to all clear ahead. Everybody's moving forward now with these spot ETFs. And I tell you, it's very exciting knowing that $12 trillion is now opened up to be able to have exposure to spot Bitcoin ETFs and that asset itself. Now, more will be coming. You can bet on it. But looking right here, it is officially live as ETF spot Bitcoin trading has already begun. This is a historical moment. The birth of an asset class is truly being embraced right now on this day. You're witnessing this. This is something you don't see in 4 or 5 lifetimes. This is a remarkable moment, albeit however you feel about Bitcoin or some other asset. This is the acceptance and the embrace of the legacy institutions, ladies and gentlemen, right? First they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. Today, we win. Bloomberg predicts $4 billion in spot Bitcoin ETF inflows on this first day of trading, with the possibility of $2 billion directly from BlackRock. Well, we can tell you in the minutes that this has been available so far, we have already seen the ETF, total spot Bitcoin ETF volume surpass $1 billion in just minutes after the market is open. BlackRock SEC approval record at 576 to 1 post Bitcoin ETF nod is Ether ETF next. And I do expect to see more ETFs roll out in the future. Obviously, Ethereum should be one. And obviously, I'm expecting XRP to have an ETF because it is the only digital asset in the United States of America that has legal clarity. There are more assets that have regulatory clarity, regulatory opinion approval, but not legal clarity. So there's no reason why we shouldn't see an XRP ETF. More on that in a moment. But this is what I'm so excited about, because the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs absolutely set a cascade of events in motion. Starting with this, Circle USDC files for US IPO. Again, you can still get it while it's available on Link2 as private equity before it goes public. I don't care who you are. If you're hearing my voice, click the link to Link2, my sponsor, underneath this video. And if you don't believe me, go sign up and register and fund your account and find out for yourself. There's risk to everything, and everything can go to zero. You need to know that, right? But this is a remarkable window of opportunity. Maybe it's right for you. Maybe it isn't, but go look. For goodness sakes, go look. Eleanor Terrett says crypto payment firm USDC issuer Circle has filed for an initial public offering. Circle was one of the couple of big crypto names expected to file to go public this year. The other is Ripple. Still waiting on that decision on that case, though. Here is the actual Business Wire filing right here. Shout out to everyone, Ellie and everyone else who gave us the heads up for that. And shout out to everyone at Link2 for having this available for as long as they have. How long have we been talking about Circle now saying that they were going to go public? Well, today's the day it just happened, which also means it's IPO season. They're not the only ones. Link2 themselves have said they're going to IPO. Oh my goodness. Watch out. Deep fakes abound on Elon Musk, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is criticizing these platforms for failing to address the mushrooming of sophisticated XRP scams preying on unwitting social media users. I want to use this moment right now to first thank Brad Garlinghouse for bringing attention to this. He does a great job of trying to get these platforms and owners and things to do something about this. My comment section underneath my video on YouTube is riddled with scams to the tune that I don't comment on it hardly anymore because I don't want people to confuse it with the scammers. But I don't want to shut the comments off because some of you have some incredible insights. And I go look, I go read. I don't want to shut that communication off from you. But a little side note, though, not to upsell you for the cost of a cup of coffee a month, you can be in the freedom zone and we don't have to worry about these damn trolls. That's another reason we go in there, too. Then there's this, the inevitable question about an XRP ETF that apparently mainstream media still calls Ripple ETF. What are you going to do with these people?
These questions will start pouring in. First, is Grayscale and the other crypto-focused issuers going to start looking at other crypto assets? Ethereum, Valkyrie had said people are looking at Ripple ETFs already, for example.
Thank you, but it's XRP. But yes, I do expect it to be coming too. And look, let us not forget, and I've been making this point the last few days, and I'm going to make it again because I think it is an extremely valid point. You guys know that I believe seeing the spot Bitcoin ETFs be approved at my house is a big signal to say a few things. One, there is a massive correction or collapse coming to the traditional stock market, and Bitcoin and this product will be used for the financial advisors to be able to use a 2 to 5% allocation, I'm guessing, to hedge the correction or collapse that's about to happen to everyone in the stock market's portfolio. That's what I think. That's what I think this product's for. Here's another thing about the shiny distraction of Bitcoin and the spot ETFs, which I hope make all of us a lot of money. It keeps you away from gold. It keeps the retail investor excited about this new product, this new asset class, and maybe I want to be in that for the ride, which is incredible. I get these huge upswings, right, because it's known to be very volatile with huge explosive upswings. Isn't that what everybody's looking for? And then you're not going for gold the way that central banks and governments have been hoarding and doubling down on gold itself. There's a distraction. And the distraction is you get to invest in this play toy, this new set of products on top of this digital asset. And these things become play toys for investors, these ETFs. Very exciting time. Again, the distraction is there, but you have these investment products, and that's the contrast in this space that's being divided and really organized right now between whether your product is actually something that's used inside the financial system for businesses to make them operate and function better for themselves and their customers and clients, or are you something more like an investment product like a Bitcoin or ETFs on top of the product, right? So that's kind of what we're seeing take shape. This is actually watching this asset class take shape. And speaking of taking shape, we remind everybody here with Amalay's post that Bank of England back in 2017 had already completed proof of concept with Ripple. 2017. Crypto regulation came into force in the UK this year. Bank of England head tells Parliament Bitcoin is too inefficient for use. Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey says the integration of cryptocurrencies into the global financial system has stalled. Perhaps it is real that everything is about to start in the UK. Look, again, this is where I look to the United States, where they have projected, some on Capitol Hill have said there's a chance we could see stablecoin legislation in Q1 of this year. That means by April. If we get stablecoin legislation here, then I am expecting to see a element to this digital asset space that we have never quite witnessed yet, which is use case utility, institutional adoption, where they really come off the sidelines with stablecoin legislation, making it very clear what you can and can't do. There is no more don't touch this stuff until we say so. Let's get past that moment. And I think we're about to. I really do. And I think I'm very excited to find out how Ripple's role will deepen and the use of XRP as well in the new financial system. Which brings us to this. And before we get into this idea of understanding that Egrag Crypto, who we cover here quite often, says we could see a $220 price level for XRP at some point in the future using Fibonacci charts and Fibonacci levels. I want to take you to this right here. There's a part to this that I want to bring you to before we talk about the fantastic numbers, right? Because that's great too. But it's the idea and understanding that Valkyrie's CEO or CIO, Stephen McClurg, recently hinted in an interview that XRP ETF could launch at some point as well. How about that? Now, I want you to think about it now as we go back to these numbers and understanding that in 2017, 2018, we saw a 61,000% surge back in this part of the chart right here, 2017, 2018. As I said, that whole run started down here at about April of 2017. It went up, then sideways, pulled back, fell down, and then popped up again to 384. What they're doing with the technical analysis and the chartists are doing is using that and overlaying that fractal because they see a very similar setup taking place here. You can see where we touch this bottom of this channel, right? Here, and you can see we're at this place again. So we're seeing this, possibility, a setup of a repeat. So if we're here in 2017 and then we saw that, could we again see that repeat over the course of this coming year going into next year? We don't know, but it's exciting to think that we could see it. It's exciting to know that we could see $1.20, $2.20, $5.80, $11, $33, all on its way to $220. And if you notice this fractal of this chart, the old fractal, there's ups, there's downs, there's backups, there's downs, there's ups, there's downs, there's sideways, fall down, there's ups, there's downs, all over again. You can't expect that the thing is just going to go 61 cents, $220. Wasn't that fun, right? Now, I wouldn't be upset if it did that, but that's not what charts normally do, and it's not what history has said this chart has done. This was over the course of the better part of a year. But you know what? With everything that's happening and the introduction of, let's say, an XRP spot ETF, imagine the flood of money, billions and billions of dollars flooding into it over the course of this year and next, and where that could help stabilize the price as it continues to be adopted and used and go up in price at the same time. It's a pretty remarkable moment we're in, ladies and gentlemen. And so is this year 2024, which is why today we are talking about the U.S. federal elections and how are we going to guarantee that they're not rigged like they were in 2020. We're going to talk about it inside here because the only freedom of speech that I'm aware of exists in the freedom zone because it's not on this social media platform. I can tell you that much. I have been victim of censorship multiple times in my career in this space and no more. And that's why we have the Freedom Zone and the DPMG. I encourage each one of you, especially if you're looking to create your wealth goals and meet those and achieve those wealth goals, there is no better place for you to be than inside the Digital Perspectives Mastermind group, which is the DPMG. You join us in there and find out for yourself. Make that investment in yourself, and you won't be sorry that you did because we're all on track inside there. And I tell you, last night we had the most incredible talk about infinite banking and whole life policies. And these are the kinds of topics we're taking on about wealth creation, wealth maintenance, and preventing wealth loss, right? That's a big part of it too. We didn't do all this work so we could just turn around and lose it. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.